Then along came one of those theatrical blockbusters, Wonderful Town, with a score by Leonard Bernstein, lyrics by Comden and Green. Director George Abbott and our own choreographer Donald Sadler put their two stars through a frantic pace that delighted audiences. But there was one quiet moment which we all remember, when Rosalind Russel and Edie Adams, as the two sisters, put their heads together and shared their homesickness.
Why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why did I ever leave Ohio? Why did I wander to find what lies yonder when life was so cozy at home? Wondering while I wander, why did I fly? Why did I roam? Oh, why, did I leave Ohio? Maybe we better go Ohio. Maybe we better go home.
And the star of Wonderful Town, the Tony winner that year, Miss Rosalind Russel.
Isn't music seductive? I listened to that song and suddenly it's 1953 and we're all at the Winter Garden doing that conga line 8 times a week. And well into 1954, let me tell you. We had such a good time, it seemed almost unfair to accept a salary. And then when we won the Tony, my cup runneth over. And so I know how you nominees feel tonight, and I won't keep you in suspense a moment longer.
What is there to say about Peter Pan? It is all of our childhood fantasies come true. Although I must tell you that when I was a kid and I thought about Captain Hook, it was never exactly this way.
To the plains! Who's the wildest swine in the world? Captain Hook. Oh, Captain Hook. Thank you. Who's the dirtiest dog in this wonderful world? Captain Hook. Captain Hook. Captain of villainy, murder and loot, eager to kill any who say that my hook isn't cute. I think it's cute. Who's the slimiest rat in the pack? Captain Hook. And I'm proud. Captain Hook. Who's unlovable, who's unlivable, whose existence is just unforgivable, who would stoop to the cheapest and lowest of bricks in the book. What a prize, what a joy, Mrs. Hook's little baby boy, the scourge of the sea, just little old me. Captain Hook.
Good evening. Well, isn't this all just marvelous? All these dazzling successes in the Winter Garden that you're hearing about tonight. Well, I am here as a change of pace, so to speak. You see, I have this thing about certain theaters in New York. Now, I love the National because that's where we played L'Engineer. And then the old Ziegfeld was Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. and then the Eugene O'Neill was Showgirl, and then the dear old St. James was Hello Dolly, and wasn't that a lovely theater? Yes. And then we played Lorelei in the fabulous Palace Theater. But the Winter Garden, well, every time that I get in the vicinity of the Winter Garden, I get what is known as, well, it's called hives is what it is that I get. You see, I too was played the Winter Garden in 1955 in a musical comedy called The Vamp. Yeah, well, as you can see right here, there were many mistakes made in The Vamp, but as the but as the adage goes, the major mistake was taking the curtain up. Well, as I look over these memorable walls in the glorious Winter Garden, the nicest thing that comes to my mind out of the entire mess was certain actors who were involved, like Bibi Osterwald and Will Geer. I mean, we truly clung to one another. I mean, we really supported each other. Well, that's what I came out here to tell you. The nominees for the Best Supporting Actor in a play are...
Remember that lovely song? Young and foolish, why is it wrong to be young and foolish? We haven't long to be. Soon enough, the carefree days, the sunlit days go by. Soon enough, the bluebird has to fly. We were foolish. One day we fell in love. Now we wonder, what were we dreaming of? Smiling in the sunlight, laughing in the light. I wish that we were young and foolish again. Tonight, it all began. I saw you and the world went away.
Tonight, there's only you tonight. What you are, what you do, what you say. Today, all day, I had the feeling a miracle would happen. I know now I was right. For here you are, and what was just a world is a star tonight.
I'm gonna learn to read and write. I'm gonna see what there is to see. So if you go from nowhere on the road to somewhere and you meet anyone you know it's... I'm gonna move from place to place and find a house with a golden stair. And if that house is red and has a big brass bed, I'm living there.
Once upon a time, a girl with moonlight light in her eyes, her hand in mine, and said she loved me so. But that was once upon a time, very long ago. How the breeze ruffled through her hair, how we always laughed as though tomorrow wasn't there. We were young and didn't have a care. Where did it go? Once upon a time, the world was sweeter than we knew. Everything was ours, how happy we were then. But somehow, once upon a time, never comes again. And now, the star of All-American, Mr. Ray Bolger.
Thank you. Being here on this Winter Garden stage has a very special meaning for me because this is where it all started. I think almost every creative person can recall a moment in his life when it all came together. And he said, that's it. That's what I want to do. And that happened for me Sunday night. One Sunday night right out there as a member of a hypnotized audience watching the great Al Jolson sing. Oh, that man was more than a performer. He was a genius. He would take several thousand strangers, and in a very short time, he molded them into a single enchanted whole. It was a privilege to watch that man work, and that's why I became a part of this wonderful profession, and I have never regretted being a part of it. Imagine being able to work with the talents and have graced this stage, this theater, the writers, the composers, the directors, and not only just this theater, but the theater as an institution.